Lucas Parker, we're here in the Rogue booth. We're at the Arnold Classic. You're in day 3 of meeting and greeting. Tens of thousands of people walking by. How you feeling?
I feel great. I'm a little bit sleepy right now, but as the day picks up and as people come through, hopefully we'll be able to maintain the energy that we've had the last couple days. Yesterday was crazy. The booth was full all day with some real interesting people coming through, trying all sorts of stuff that they thought they were going to be pretty good at, but maybe weren't so good at, doing pull-ups on some of the Rogue.
Show me a couple of things that you got going here.
So Rogue's got some new stuff for grip testing. They got this big globe thing. You basically try and like hang on it with your hands. They got these pinch blocks, which you can kind of see hanging on the rig here. Yep. Pinch blocks and little tiny cannonballs. They got the dog bone. These are all great because you can, if you're really badass, you can hang from them and do pull-ups and stuff. But to work up to that or to do other training, you can take it off, attach it to a barbell or a kettlebell, and do various lifts with it.
Would you demonstrate all these for me?
Yeah, sure. Let me just do a sit up here.
Excellent. Good. Okay.
No, I'm not that
I
strong.
see how it works.
Yeah,
then.
exactly. Yeah.
I think I could do that.
Yeah. Other than that, we got the sort of the metal log axle, which has been real popular. We got guys, if they want to win a t-shirt, they got to do 20 strict military presses, shoulder presses. We see a lot of funny stuff going on there in terms of technique, but some really impressive stuff as well, because there's a lot of strong dudes around here. So we're getting some of them coming through the booth, and they're really blowing some minds.
What's it like? What's it like for you as a CrossFit athlete, an elite CrossFit athlete, a games competitor, to be in this building with tens of thousands of people, many of whom are the biggest, strongest person in their gym at home, and then they come here, and I know from personal experience long ago that suddenly they realize, wow, I'm not really much. What's this all look like to you with your background?
It's tough to say. I mean, my initial perception a lot of time is that it's like being in a zoo kind of, and there's a lot of sort of real interesting stuff to look at, but you know, at the end of the day you kind of feel bad for some of the zoo animals because you know, they might not have the best quality of life or whatever, but and then looking around, like a lot of this stuff is where many CrossFitters sort of came from.
That's right.
The bodybuilding background, the sort of the muscle and fitness magazine kind of background, where you're all wrapped up in supplements and appearance and this sort of thing. That could be a stepping off point to come to a more sort of functional, health-based community. Neither is superior, but I prefer the CrossFit community and would be very happy to have, you know, the muscle and fitness community sort of, you know, come over to our side, right? It's not like we want to keep them out. We welcome,
of course
welcome
not.
all comers.
You let me in.
Arms.
I was the big guy for 12 years.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. What are you doing in your training this off season? I mean, we're ending. Your off season is ending.
Yeah.
In days.
Yeah.
Your off season has come to an end. What have you done in the last 6 months, maybe to prepare yourself for open regionals games this year? Have you made any changes, Lucas?
A couple changes, yeah. I've been doing a lot more sort of basic, like aerobic kind of cardio stuff. So a lot of kind of low level running and swimming and rowing and biking. Because that's my weakness. For the last few years, I've really avoided any of that because I'm very afraid of it interfering with my strength and power and speed and explosiveness. But I was like, well, if I want to be the most well-rounded athlete in the world, I should probably do a bit of cardio at some point.
And we know in Dave Castro's brain, something's going to fall out of there this year that's going to...
And you can definitely see that triathlon-style events are maybe becoming a bigger component of the CrossFit Games year to year. And it's not the be-all, end-all of fitness, but it's a very important part of testing it.
Sure is.
So I need to improve on that. So no-brainer, I got to start working on that. And I'm very pleased to say that it hasn't interfered too much with my my barbell stuff and my strength and power, which is interesting. The literature is kind of split on concurrent training, right? Trying to increase strength and endurance at the same time. But I mean, as we've all seen in the CrossFit community, it is possible. It's just a matter of finding the right recipe for each individual. So that's what I'm working on.
Good.
For the last 6 months, basically, and now coming through sort of January, February, I'm building up a bit more of my sort of sport-specific general fitness.
My perception is that based on where you live, which is somewhere up north in Canada, I don't know where you live. I didn't look.
I'm on the West Coast.
Okay.
I'm not too far north.
Are you in a region where you could coast through the open knowing you're going to make regionals?
Yep.
Are you going to coast through the open?
I wouldn't use the word coast. I would use the word, or the phrase, step lightly. I got a couple injuries I'm working around, so I'm not going to be going balls to the wall on each workout, for the simple reason that it doesn't matter really if I come first in the region or 49th in the region. You know, as long as I make it to regionals and can perform at regionals, that's my training goal, and that has been my training goal since I left the Home Depot Center last year.
Sounds smart.
Yeah, it's what I gotta do. Some people can go 110% every day. I can't. I don't want to get hurt. I am hurt a little bit, so I want to make sure I'm not going through the open with any sort of nagging issues.
Okay.
I'm going to try and do well, but I'm going to try also not to bust myself up.
Sounds logical. Last thing, you should feel comfortable here. There's a lot of beards and goatees.
There are.
Especially if you went over to the powerlifting venue.
Yeah.
You know, all you'd have to do is shave your head. You fit right in.
And wear a bench shirt and walk around.
They would just think you were some guy they're unfamiliar with, and they put you up on the platform.
Yeah, well, actually, I just went over there, and I just walked right into the warm-up room. I got a friend who's actually going to be competing in about an hour. He's going to be trying to bench about 250 kilos. Give a shout out to Abby Silverberg. I hope he makes it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's along the lines of the facial hair. I've been pleasantly surprised all weekend with some of the great beards. I know Rogue put up one picture on it with Twitter or Facebook of me and this other guy that looked very similar. Apparently,
I saw that photo.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Was saying he's some sort of like WWE guy or something.
He must be. I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
I saw it this morning.
Looked like a strong dude.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lucas, good luck. I'll be watching you. Hope you do really well. Thank you for your time.